We keep hearing about the US debt and how it's out of control. Some people even say China holds all the cards because it owns so much of the US debt. But what if I told you that China actually has more debt than the United States? Now, before you call me a liar, hear me out. In this video, we'll compare the debt of the two biggest economies in the world and see which one is in bigger trouble. Let's start with the basics. The national debt of a country is the total amount of money it owes. For the United States, that number is around $33 trillion. For China, it's around $72 trillion. So at first glance, it seems like China has way more debt than the US. And that's true, if you only look at the numbers, but there are two very important things to keep in mind when comparing debts: the size of the economy and the interest rate. Let's start with the size of the economy. China, on the other hand, pays a much higher interest rate, around 6%. This means that every year China has to pay 6% of its debt in interest, which adds up to around $4.3 trillion. The United States, on the other hand, only has to pay 6% of its debt in interest, which is around $1.9 trillion. The United States has an economy of around $26 trillion. China's economy is around $33 trillion. That means the US has a debt-to-GDP ratio of around 125%, while China's ratio is around 220%. This already tells us that China has more debt relative to its economy than the United States. But we also have to consider the interest rate. The United States pays a very low interest rate on its debt, around 2%. So which country is in bigger trouble? Well, it depends on how you measure it. If you look at the size of the debt, then China has more debt than the United States. But if you look at it relative to their economies or the interest rate, then the United States is actually in worse shape. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more fun finance facts. Thanks for watching.